What's up, everybody? You are now tuned in to Together We Anime, formerly known as Just Started Watching Anime. Today, we are discussing the anime Erased, and this is a heavy one, so we got a lot to talk about.
I'll just be watching videos and they'll mention Erased on like an anime list of, hey, here's a good suspense, a good thriller anime if you want to binge something. And I'm seeing it in real time and seeing the story and everything and how it unfolded. I'm like, no, this is absolutely justified. Like, this is a really good, compact story.
There's a point in the anime where I'm like, oh, it's bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
that was the same thing for me. I don't remember being confused about who the killer was. Like I just always assumed from the
Gosh.
beginning.
I would like to thank the Lord that Nicole is not a detective
Oh my God.
because so many innocent people would be in jail.
What's up, everybody? You are now tuned in to what we like to call these days as Together We Anime, formerly known as Just Started Watching Anime. I am Nicole Lerner, and I am here with the two homies. And before we get into that, I feel like I missed something. I don't know. Either way, we are back. And yeah, we are discussing the anime Erased. And this is a heavy one, so we got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, we're gonna give a quick opportunity for y'all to introduce yourselves. Don't give your opinion yet on the anime. Just real quick introduction, and maybe let the people know how long you've been watching anime, all that good stuff. Just real quick. Nisha, you can go first.
Of course, it falls upon me to go first. All right.
You looked ready.
As ready as I'm going to be specifically for this anime, because there's a lot. I am Nisho Soul, for those who do not know me, meet me for the first time. Hip hop artist from DC, producer, podcaster. You know me. You might have heard me and Nick once upon another lifetime that we did something before. Good luck finding it. But other than that, I've been watching anime for quite some time. I'd say since like elementary, so fifth, sixth grade. That's it's like majority of my childhood watching anime and been in love with it ever since I went outside, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Sailor Moon, all that. Like I found that big world. Here we are.
Got you, got you. And now stick on to you real quick, let people know who you are, what you do, and how long you've been watching anime.
Yeah, Stick Braxton, writer, author, podcaster, all that good jazz. I've been knee deep in these anime streets as deep as Nisho's V-neck right now. I've been there.
Fuck you, stick.
That's a good one.
I'll
That's a
put my
good
hoodie
one.
on.
That's a good one. Don't put your hoodie
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Let that V-neck shine, baby.
Yeah. Let him see that chest, bro.
Let it fly.
This is what we doing today. Okay, all right.
Yeah, man. Since as ever since my uncle gave me a VHS of Ronin Warriors, I've been knee deep in the game, man. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And you heard from the two homies. I'll say that I'm Nicole Lerner. I am an impulsive creative out here, do a lot of different things, but right now, I am a host on this anime podcast and I am a streamer. Stream on Sunday nights on Twitch, about music and shit. And I am pinky toe deep into this anime game. I am the casual anime watcher out the group. So don't be expecting no real deep dives and serious takes over here because you probably won't get them because I'm just fresh out here. I just got out here in these streets. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and Nisha, you good? You're
Yes,
okay.
I'm
Oh,
good.
you actually put your
Yeah, I'm
hoodie
good.
on.
Hey yo,
None happened. None
Not you
happened. I
shame
skipped.
stick. You shame my man into
I
putting
didn't
on.
shame him. Look, hey, Nisha like a fighting character. You know how you can press a different button and give her different what's called. There,
Right?
there's V-neck Nisha, there's hoodie Nisha, There's wife beater Nisho. Nisho got a bunch of
Mhm.
different
I
jokes.
got too
He
many,
Hey,
do.
gang.
there's Fedora Nisho.
I
He
got
got a
the
bunch,
I
man.
got the
Naruto
very
Nisho.
I'm the variance gang. You feel me? Like, it's like five of me running around right now. Y'all can't see it. We had to edit it out. Like it's crazy.
That's a clip, bro.
It is. It is. I'm glad it's right at the top too, because I won't have to go searching for it.
Love that.
Um,
Love that.
but yeah, all right. So before we get into this, we're gonna get into y'all's favorite part of this whole podcast which is my synopsis on the anime.
Hmm.
I give great synopsis. So
Top tier every time. Excuse me.
Really quick. I feel like this is an anime that just for I mean we do spoilers here. You already know that. We all know that.
Spoiler warning. Literally.
This is one that if you haven't watched it yet, maybe go watch it and then come back to listen to us.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Especially if you're a person who like spoilers really ruin it for you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I, yeah. So with anything like Stick said, I piggyback on that. Go watch it. It's real easy, real quick watch. Come back to it and then talk with us or watch it, whatever.
What
Maybe
Nick
one day
said.
y'all be actually able to talk with us, but for now you just gotta watch it and leave a comment. But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh, the so this is what happened in the anime, right? So there's this guy, I actually spelled it out phonetically this time, so I wouldn't lose it. Satoru. I still didn't do it right. Satoru, because I still feel like I'm messing up the name. But yeah, so he has this ability to go back in time. He's a manga writer. And he just happens to go back in time at the right times to save people from big scary things. And in this in this anime, his major focus is to save this little girl from being kidnapped and I don't know what the safe word for these YouTube streets are, but for messed up things that happened to his friend.
Mm.
And so he goes back in time over and over again. It wasn't that many times, but it was enough times to try to save this person, this little girl. And he kind of succeeds, you know? And it's a very short anime. Should have been longer. But we got what we got, and what we got was solid, I guess, in my opinion. But before we get into my opinion about what I think, that's pretty much what happened. Yep, a lot of time travel, trying to save people, fix the past. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the storyline right there. That's what I got for you. Um, so with that said, uh, before we like dig into like some very specific talking points, I kind of want to hear from y'all opinions, y'all like kind of general overview, feelings, temperature towards the anime. Um, so if we can start with you, Stick, this time, let us give us like a quick overview of how you felt and, your interpretation of the anime, so to speak.
Um, I think the best way to explain it is that we picked the anime. I started the week after, and I was finished that exact same week. And I texted y'all, I was like, "When are we talking about this?"
Yeah, you were like done because
You
you were done
were.
before I left for my trip,
That is
I think.
correct. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that is correct. Um, I can see why people have this in high regard. I'll say that.
Mm,
After watching it and you know getting a grip of what what they were trying to do and what the we'll talk about it more, but what the plot of the show was,
mm,
I was gripped. Like I would start it probably like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock after the boy went to bed, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna watch two, and then two became four, and then I just did that for two other nights, and I was like, I gotta finish this. This is one of those ones where it's
yeah.
easy to binge, and it's just I feel like if as long as you're into that type of story, that you're gonna love it, and you're not going to want to stop watching until you reach the conclusion.
Hmm.
So, as a general consensus, I think that. the animation was really good, especially I think this came out in 2016, really good for a 2016 anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I
Very
like the
cinematic.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Somebody
Yeah.
talked about how it was a widescreen, so it felt more cinematic versus how sometimes they kind of
Ooh.
bend it in.
Yeah.
The sound was great. I like the music on there. It kind of built like some good tense moments in there.
Mm-hmm.
The characters were pretty good as well. Um, yeah, I will talk more, but I had a really good time watching this.
Nice, nice. Nisho, what was your take? How'd you feel towards it? How'd you feel? Temperature, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Like a lot of what I've heard about Erased initially before we watched it, it was like in like passerby. I'll just be watching videos and they'll mention Erased on like an anime list of, hey, here's a good suspense, a good thriller anime if you want to binge something. And I'm seeing it in real time and seeing the story and everything and how it unfolded. I'm like, no, this is absolutely justified. Like this is a really good, compact story. And Stick, I wanted to call back to something you had said in another episode where you had mentioned like we seem to have hit like a very specific niche of really good anime in 12 episodes.
Mm,
Yeah. The might be giving it away early, but I would definitely say this is absolutely one of the examples.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, all right. And I would say uh I support you guys' statements, Nisho. Yeah. The whole like this kind of keeps up our track we've been on with uh with the shortest series being pretty solid.
Mhm.
Um yeah, towards my temperature, I really just dig the way that, especially after finding out they condensed, I think it was like 8 volumes of the manga
Mhm.
into 12 episodes like that, and it was still pretty good. As the casual watcher of the group, for them to condense all of that in there and still for them to be able to communicate the message. So I think they did a pretty good job. And yeah, I definitely like once I sat down and watched it, I pretty much got through it pretty quickly because it's like you had to
Mhm.
just know what was going to go next. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about it a little bit, but it really felt very thriller like, or very, very, or like it was almost getting to the level of thriller. It was like very high in suspense.
Mhm.
There's a lot of tension building. Going back to the cinematic stuff, not just like the wide angle, but like the way
Yeah.
they would kind of like display the characters in certain moments, like having her stand alone. I think with Kaio have her
Mhm.
stand alone in the park, and then the way they did like the color grading and stuff like that to really make her feel innocent, but also still in that dark place. You know what I mean? So I really enjoyed the artistic approach to it, and I really respect how they were able to um they might have dropped the ball in some areas, which we'll get on, but I really appreciate how they were able to condense that long storyline into 12 episodes. So, and this was I watched this kind of going in blind. The only thing I knew about it was like a little bit. Stick, you told me it was about time travel. And then you also told us like this was known for one of those stories that kind of rushed the end. So outside of that, I didn't know anything else about the story. So I kind of went in headfirst, not knowing. So yeah, it was a good story to kind of be hooked onto. A nice little suspense series, I would say. Um,
Agreed.
yeah, so with that said, um we can get into the meat and potatoes of it all now. So this is the good stuff. So uh I wanted to start off with this first point, which was um actually your point, Stick. So you said that it was interesting because when you first started watching the show, you were like made to believe it was a mystery. And while technically it is, that you don't think that's the main crux of the show because it's more of a thriller and depending on someone. Well, we'll get to the review part later,
Mhm.
but so basically you have this point of like the mystery versus thriller. So what about the series makes it less of a less of a mystery for you? Because I agree with you too. So I have a point to make about that as well.
So first off, I like the word that you use. You use suspense more, and I feel like I think that's a better term because
Hmm.
thriller. When I think of thriller, I think people getting slashed up every second, and you kind of see it,
Yeah.
and you don't
Yeah,
really
okay,
Hmm.
that's
see it,
valid. Yeah.
Yeah,
right? You
we
don't
only
really see it
got
here.
one stab 'em up part.
God damn it.
Yeah, shout out K.
Oh, oh my
Uh,
God. Show my nephew. God damn
but
it. Like,
yeah, so I like suspense. So like it's more of a suspense than a mystery, and the reason I say that is because as I was watching this at the beginning, like I'll say the first 2 to 3 episodes. I was like, wow. And we were talking about how like the cinematic thing, the way people would
Hmm.
pause and stare off, and the camera would hold on to a character for a long time, and how they would just stare off.
yeah.
They would
Yeah.
make it seem like does this person know more than what they're letting on? So there
Hmm.
was a bunch of people that I was like, okay, there's a few people that it could be, and then I forgot what the point is, but there's a point in the anime where I'm like, oh, it's bro, like
Yeah,
it's
that was the same thing for me. Okay, so that's the same exact point I was
Oh,
going to make. Like I had no.
bro. In my notes, I wrote down, I was like. And
mm,
this point comes like a little bit later, but there was a point where I think it's the bus scene where there's the
mm,
person walking on the bus and they show the shoes, and then for the next few episodes, bro, I was staring at everybody's shoes because I'm like, I know who it is, bro. I just need to see bro's shoes so I can just go and confirm but I know I'm right. So
Yeah.
when I say it's less of a mystery, is there are mystery elements. There is a who done it type of
Hmm.
situation,
Yeah.
but it's not about who done it
Hmm.
versus why and
Yeah.
and
yeah.
how are we going to stop him. That's really the
Exactly.
crux. That's not the miss. That's what the suspense builds in. It's like
Hmm.
how can I how can I change the future, how can I save this girl, and how can I catch the dude that's doing it. That's
Hmm.
really the crux of the show. So like
Hmm.
if you're somebody that's going in, to me a mystery, you have to have multiple different suspects that you can believe, that you can reasonably believe that they did it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? As someone who writes them, go by the books. As someone who writes them, you gotta bring it to the point where it's like, all right, there's at least two people you be like, all right, it's definitely them. And
Yeah.
and here it's
Mm,
like
okay.
that slowly goes away after a few episodes. So like you hone
Hmm.
in on one person. The suspense comes in where it's just like, yeah, did he fix it? Uh, is he about to get found out? That type of stuff, right? So
Hmm.
Mm,
yeah, it depends. Like I said, we'll get to it in the end, but like depending on how you're viewing it, if you're
Hmm.
viewing it as a mystery, you might not have it as high as if you're looking at it
Mm.
as a suspense. And I didn't know
Yeah.
if y'all felt the same way when y'all were watching it.
Okay.
mm,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Nisho, do you have anything to add, or can I go ahead and jump in?
No, Nick, please jump in because like Stick kind of answered a lot of questions I was even gonna ask. So I mean, no, definitely go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna like to when I saw you had included that point on there, I was like, he's on I honestly didn't even look at the genre before
Got you,
before
right?
I like I like to go into these things not expecting anything.
I get you. I
But I
get you.
didn't even look at the genre, and so I didn't have like a preconceived notion of like what was like whether it was a mystery or a thriller, suspense, whatever.
Right.
Um, but after the fact, when I started reading like other people's opinions and reviews and stuff
Hmm.
like that,
Mm,
and then people like I saw some of that people complaining like, oh, this isn't a good mystery. It's not a much like it's not enough of like a who done it trying to figure out who it was because
mm,
the manga gives a lot of suspicion for other characters and stuff like that, and obviously like there isn't a lot of that in this one, well in the
yeah.
anime. So and reading that stuff I was like, I could kind of get it, but to me, and watching it, I was so wrapped up in trying to figure out how, like, oh, how is he going to save Kaio, especially in the first couple of episodes where he and we realize that he's not really changing anything. Like things are repeating, but just in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
It's just like now you're just caught up. Like, oh damn, is he gonna be able to save this girl or not?
Mhm.
Like, is this actually gonna lead to a happy ending? Does friendship even matter in this anime? Like, it was like,
Contestable, but we'll get there.
you know. So I definitely like was having the same. Well, I wasn't having any. I was gonna say I was having the same conflict. I wasn't having any conflict because I didn't know, but I could see why people would have conflict with it because if you go in thinking something's a mystery, and you realize, oh, like I there's no mystery for me to solve. I already know what's happening.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away the pool of it. And, you know, but if you went into it like me, blind, and you just on there, every episode is a cliffhanger, you know,
Yeah.
it
Right.
still did a good job of telling the story. So yeah, that's my kind of addition onto what you said, Stick. Nisha, you have anything?
Hmm. I will say, hearing both your perspectives, I really going into Erased, I really thought of it like in that vein of mystery, thriller, suspense. Like it was leaning toward mystery in combination with something else, but the more y'all break it down, I'm like, it was definitely leaning more toward a thriller. And either way, I still found it very enjoyable. But again, we'll get there. So yeah, that was really it.
Oh, okay. All right, well, sweet. So, let us know in the comments, whether you felt like this was more of a mystery that was like not written well, or if you felt like the mystery didn't matter when it came to the anime specifically. Don't give us no takes on the manga. 'Cause that's not.
Please.
But
I'm
on the
not trying to box
anime,
y'all, please.
I mean, if you want to reference the manga, that's cool, like to educate people. But, you know, as far as the anime, give us your take, because we want to know, like, how did you feel about it? Like, did it lean to more of a mystery for you? Like, were you kind of confused about what was happening, or did you already know and you were just more wrapped up in the how and the whys of things?
Hmm.
But with that said, I think that's a great way to segue into this next part, where Nisho, you said, I think so. Out of the three of us, you're the only one that did not expect, what's his name, Yashiro,
Uh,
to
yeah,
be
sure. Yep.
the killer. You didn't expect it. Like how? Like so? Like
Mhm.
why did you like? Wait, I have two questions for
No,
you.
what? What? Hmm?
Number one, why didn't you expect him? And two, when did it hit you that he was
Hmm.
the guy?
Okay. So I didn't immediately expect him or
I meant
suspect him.
suspect.
So
Sorry. Yeah, wrong word.
I
I
didn't
fucked you up.
expect this bastard.
I
Like,
didn't expect him. Why is he here?
I
Who
know
is at
your
my house
future.
at 9 a.m.? What is this?
I know your future. Oh, wait. Oh,
I
shit.
mean, honestly, it's still accurate for him, but
That's facts. No, that's facts.
Who the sick fuck? Oh, my
I'm
God.
sorry, Nisha. Go ahead.
Valid jump in. Valid jump in. So, repeat it one more time just to make sure I order it properly. What
So
was this?
why didn't you suspect Yashiro of being the killer? And
Okay.
then what point in the anime did it hit you that he was the killer?
Gotcha. Okay. So, why didn't I suspect him initially? Because the way they built the mystery around like who did it was mainly built around Satoru and his mom. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking like all the people that presented around them, at least in my eyes going into this blind, I'm thinking one of them was the killer. And then like
Wait, now you about to have me with more questions, Nisha. I'm sorry.
no. Okay.
Okay, go
Because
ahead. Finish your thought. Finish.
you're
Wait,
fine,
let
you're
me
fine, you're
write this
fine.
down so I don't forget. Go ahead.
It's okay. But to simplify it, I was saying they emphasized the relationship between Satoru and his mom, and then
Okay.
started putting people around them that like had some affiliation with either his mom or Satoru.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So that's where my mind's going. I'm like, and then as everything started to unfold, the kidnappings, and Yashiro's like, "Hey, cool, I'm gonna be helpful." Great. I'm like, okay, he's just genuinely be a good help to the students.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the, I think, eighth or ninth episode when the lollipops were in the drawer. I was like, Okay, suspicions immediately raised. So
Hmm.
then it was in between that and I think episode 9 or 10. I wrote it in my notes somewhere, but between 8 and 10, that's when it hit me. But the car, I think the car chase scene, that's when it the light bulb in my head went off. I'm like, oh, this nigga
Hmm.
did it. Oh, okay, all right. Riding with the killer, new seatbelt was broken. I'm like, this sick fuck. Like,
Yeah. So it was a legit who done it for you because you were like the little things that they were throwing in there to kind of throw you off. Those were
yes.
like really kind of capturing you. Okay,
Yes,
I
so
got
that's what
you.
really, yeah, that was really the point of what I was trying to say. Because,
Hmm.
and like you had mentioned in the beginning, and how they condensed this to 12 episodes. And I know I feel like we're going to talk about the parts that bring it down, but the parts that make this like a really underrated classic, they knew what they was doing.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Okay.
especially to condense that and tell that tight a story, it's not easy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait. So before we move on, and not move on, before we get like Stick and I's opinion on when we rec, because I want to know when you realize it too as well, Stick.
Uh-huh.
But I need to know more about why you thought Satoru and his mom. Like, is it because like they just got too close to Kaio too fast? Like, did that kind of throw you off, or was it because I mean he was kind of creepy, the main it was kind of creeper vibes, but it was with good
I mean,
intention.
I wait a minute. Hold on. Hold
it's
on. What do we mean creeper vibes? I
Okay, let me be careful with my words. Not creeper vibes,
Jeez.
but hmm, okay,
bro's in a tough position, bro.
but
Okay, hold
at
on. There's two ways I'm thinking you thinking of it. The first one, the first one is when he goes back in time and he is in the kid. Yes, he has the older.
oh no, not that at
You
all.
talking about when he's an adult and it's the high school girl, or whatever. Irie was her name.
I'm just thinking of his persistence.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm saying?
God. Oh my God,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? He was not taking no for an answer. He's
Oh
like, I'm gonna
God.
protect you. I don't care if you don't like me or not. I want to make sure you don't die. I'm joking, by the way. I don't really think he's a creep. I'm being a little extra on it.
Okay,
Jesus.
you
Like,
potting.
I'm
I'm
about to
potted. I'm
say,
putting a little extra on
I'm
it.
saying, Jesus.
But
Like,
listen. You could what y'all. Here's the thing, right? Bro did when he does the flashback stuff, and he's like, "Oh man, she's such a cute girl." Like it's still him, his older, it's the 29-year-old self, but he's still in the body of the kid. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like you kind of playing with a weird thing right there. And then like, but when he's an adult and the girl, he's like, you can't like her because she's in high school. It's like, respectfully, I don't feel like I need to tell myself that. So like, if somebody like, if I'm 29 and like it's a high school girl, like no Shannon Sharp, but I'm not gonna deal with her like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I just allegedly,
Uncle Shannon.
allegedly, I
See,
can't.
I have forgot all about that. I honestly have forgot about that. And because even the mom was, now the mom was being creepy because she was
Yeah.
like, is there something going on? See, and then see now going back to your point, Nisha, I could kind of see maybe why you suspected her as well. Because it's like, she was like, yo, you ain't trying to, like, is it? You
I
ain't
was
trying to,
like,
yeah.
We're not, we're
yeah.
not,
Like,
we're not gonna talk about my girl, bro. 'Cause we gonna talk about this. We gonna talk about her.
Yes.
We gonna talk about her.
Yes. Sorry. I am loving this episode already. I love it. But
but yeah. He wasn't that creepy, y'all. I'm
We
just
we've
putting a
definitely
little
dealt with
extra.
more creepier characters
Exactly.
in our time.
So I'm just putting a little extra sauce on it. But I
and I
just
will.
wanted to know more about like what about them Nisho suspected.
I mean, other than the fact that we got the brilliantly delivered "Damn You're Pretty" in episode 4, so there was that. And then he realized, oh shit, I should have said it. Good God. But what made my suspicion go around them was like, obviously we see that Satoru's mother dies in the first couple episodes, and now it's a
Hmm.
whodunit, going back, see who did it. And the people they planted, like the the guy who was like his mom's coworker or something.
The
Mm-hmm.
Wada or something.
Yeah, Nawada, yeah. Like I'm thinking, okay, he might be a possibility because he was close to his mom at his job.
Mm-hmm.
Then Yashida again, the more he got involved with the students, I'm like, okay, no, I'm really getting suspicious. Like that's what I meant when I wrote in the notes. They were throwing like the red herrings in there. 'Cause for me, I'm thinking, okay, how many times do they reappear in the story, or how important are they really going to be? Like something
Mm-hmm.
they did fucked some up, and then okay, boom, murder. So yeah. So yeah, like that's where I think my train of thought is coming from with this. Like
Mm.
that's really all I have. But
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got
yeah.
you. All right. Um, so I don't really have much to say on this part, so I'll go ahead and just say, like, for me, I don't know. Like, I don't remember not thinking that it wasn't like as soon as the teacher was introduced,
Oh
for
my
some
God.
reason I was just
Yo,
like, it's
that's
him.
crazy.
The second he was
Because I
introduced,
literally
Nick.
thought look wise it was because they never like in the beginning they wasn't really showing us the kidnapper's full face or
Yeah,
whatever.
they
They're
kept
showing
it
us
like to
little
like the
parts or
neck, like
whatever.
yeah, the
But
profile.
I don't know. For some reason when they showed the teacher, I was like, oh, that's the same guy. Like I just my brain just automatically was like, this is him. Like so for me, I never really like because the whole time I believed it was the teacher anyway. I was
Wow,
like,
Jesus.
I was like, oh, he's like, I just was going along with the anime and but like, I like, it's him. So I just like, it's kind of like, all right, if you listen to this with your kids for some reason, you might want to turn this off.
What?
Like, I have a
Oh,
point I'm about to
good.
make.
Okay.
So I personally don't ever remember believing in Santa Claus.
Oh my
Like
God.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've like even my family told me like yeah when you were 5 or 6 you didn't care about waking up on Christmas like I would sleep in because I you know what I'm saying so that's what it felt like I don't with this anime I don't remember being confused about who the killer was like I just always assumed from the beginning
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
if anything the more stuff he did just kept confirming it
Yeah.
and
Mm,
then definitely one by the
okay.
time they pulled the candy out I was like y'all could have made me work a little harder than this.
Right.
But
Now she was underwhelmed from episode one.
Bro.
no, I wasn't underwhelmed. I
No, I'm
just
kidding, I'm kidding, I'm
I just
kidding.
didn't think that much of it. Like I was like, okay, he's the killer, but I was so wrapped up in Kyle being saved, I could care
Mm,
less about knowing that. And then I thought I was going to be proven wrong. Honestly, they did threw me for a loop at the little gym. I think they was at the ice hockey arena,
Hmm.
yeah,
and like he pulled the little okey doke, and Yuki's father was driving away or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was
that
like,
was.
oh shit, maybe it was Yuki's father. Maybe I was wrong. They that episode they
Oh, no, I get
got me
that
a little bit. I'm
point. No,
not
I
gonna
get
lie.
that.
I was
Yeah.
like, I'm wrong. It's not the teacher.
That would have
But
been
then
slick though. That would have been slick.
exactly. But it turns out it was the teacher the whole time. I was like, I was right. See, that's why you don't go against your intuition as a woman. You trust what you know.
No,
Don't try.
no, no,
Not woman's
no, no,
intuition makes you figure it out. That's crazy.
no, no.
We together, we anime.
I don't think that's a lesson in this. I don't think that was the
No, you
lesson.
trust your intu. You go with your gut. And my
Nah.
gut was telling me as soon as I saw the teacher that that was the same creepy dude with the red eyes. Like I had no doubt in my mind. Like none. I was like,
Like
this
your
dude is
phrase.
and then at one scene, I think I don't know if it was episode 3 or 4, like he like grabbed when he was a kid Satoru's shoulder or something like that when he was like walking away. And I was like, that nigga's definitely the killer. And I don't know. I was just like it just made sense for me. But that's my spiel about that. I don't know. I don't remember not and I didn't really have a realization moment because I just assumed from the beginning it was the teacher as soon as I saw him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to start off by thanking the Lord.
Okay.
Dear Sinron in heaven.
I would like to thank the Lord that Nicole is not a detective
Oh my God.
because so many innocent people would be in jail.
Not true. Not
I
It
true.
always comes back to Death
I
Note.
100%
You
believe.
forget where I used to work. That was literally my job,
Right.
matching people's faces with things.
Right.
Valid.
And listen, I think you were great at that job, right? I think you were great at that job. That job specifically, nailed it,
This
right?
nigga's taking me out, bro.
But for you to be like, I took one look at him, you know what? Killer. Like that's crazy, bro.
Bro, that it didn't look like the same person to you.
She got the Shinigami eyes
They
stick.
didn't
That's
even
how she
attempt to
know.
make him look. They put a little stubble on his face, but other than that, it was the same face.
Bruh.
Hmm.
Bro,
I'm not gonna argue with
Contestable.
that. Like if you're looking at the characters that they present us with, he was clearly the one. Even though it could have been Yuki as he got older, it could have been that. All I'm saying to you is that we met bruh in like episode 1 or 2, and you were just like he was a regular teacher. All he said was good morning, and you were like that man
You're
right there.
condemning him for being a good teacher.
Throw the cuffs on
it
that man
wasn't
right
just
there.
that.
That's
It,
not, bro. That's crazy. You took
bro,
one look at that man and said, "Nah, bro, under the jail." And you were right, but like, and a clock is right twice a day. But like, a broken clock is right twice a day. But you can't. We can't be like, yo, we got to put her on all the cases. No, keep her off all the cases because she's not dependable under any
no.
circumstance.
Got
I'm
fired
really
immediately
good
is
at
crazy.
recognizing things, and that was the same face. They made no attempt to change his appearance, other than making his hat low and giving us silhouettes of his face.
Oh,
That was the
come on,
only,
gang.
like, literally, like, it was the same. Like, even his body structure was the same. Like
He
every
took good care of himself.
he
Stayed in shape.
did. Shout out
Stayed in
to
shape.
him. That's he should have let himself go a little bit. It would have
Oh
threw me
my
off.
God. Deservedly so, mind you. I just want to
Should have
point that
had
out.
knocked a few of them back. Like he would have had the beer belly. I would have been like, I don't know.
This is a whole different
Like he
person
has a
now.
very the teacher had a very distinct like head shape too. Like nobody else had that head shape.
Uh, hmm.
Like
Anywho,
Okay.
y'all gotta watch it back, bro. It's so
I,
obvious. It was so obvious.
no, what's a goddamn.
listen. Here's what I'll say. He was an immediate suspect, mainly because like bro was a little bit too helpful for me. I'll say that.
That
Like
adds to it.
people who are too helpful always be like, bro, like you doing a lot. Like you noticing too many things about me and my
Hmm.
day too much, and I don't like that. I don't appreciate you always calling me out for
Inserting
stuff.
himself in
Yeah,
the
like
process and everything.
bro,
Yeah.
mind your business unless I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
So that was a red flag for me. But there was, like I said, there was a few like what's bro best friend name? Kenya, I think his name. Kenya.
Kenya, yo.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Kenya got the greatest stare off into the distance face of all time.
Get that's big
Bro don't
dog.
smile. Bro don't do no type of super facial features. He just.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, do you know something? Are you the kidnapper? Is it kidnapping if you're a kid and also kidnapping kids? What is it? Is it just called napping at that point? I don't
Oh my
know.
God.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I'll throw in a point too. He
Napception,
did throw
she
me off a little bit
says.
too. At one point, he did something where I was like, "Damn, is this the little motherfucker the one?
Well, he
Am I
talked with the
wrong?"
teacher, so I thought that was
Oh,
weird. I was
are
like,
we
Hmm.
talking
why are
about
they
King
talking together?
specifically? Hold on.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little bit odd. Um,
Mm.
when Satoru went to Yuki's house and the magazines popped out, I was like, Yuki
Yeah.
looking kind of crazy. But then I was like, I was a teenager, so I was like, we all had those magazines. That's crazy. That's come on, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So like, but as soon as things started, as soon as bro was a little bit too helpful, he was always trying to. It just they felt like they were always running in tandem. Him,
Yeah.
Mm,
the Satoru and the teacher, and that's kind
okay.
of where I was like, all right, bro, you doing a lot. Then again, when that scene with the shoe with he was on the bus and he kicked the shoe and you see the shoes, I was like, that's an adult, bro. That's a man. And then like I said, I was watching every episode and then I forgot it was before the candy scene, which was a major one. I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
But I saw his shoes. I was like, oh, it's this man. So I'm like, all right, cool. I know who it is. Of course, the shoes, and then yeah, and the candy, and then yeah. But
So you confirmed it off some shoes. Anybody can have them shoes.
bro, bro, they were the same exact shoes, dog. They were literally the same. Okay,
Uh,
hold on.
Were they the
I'm
shoes?
using
Leave in the
physical
comments.
evidence of the killer and the what's called. You looked at man and said he got three eyebrows that don't look right. Put three eyebrow hairs. Don't like him. Put him in jail.
bruh.
Yo,
What
you
It's
makes
yo,
the
you were
same
look
wilding.
face. It was that's
crazy?
like if somebody say like somebody robbed a 7-Eleven and the 7-Eleven got great cameras and then they match the face on the camera with a
Oh my
face that's
God.
like the actual person. You're like, no, we can't say it's not him. We don't have enough evidence. His face is on the camera.
What
It's
the
right
fuck?
there. It's the same face, same person. Unless this nigga got a twin. Like
You
it's the same
you
It's
person.
my twin and now. Look.
Olivia Benson, you are not. That's all I. You are not Olivia Benson,
Bruh.
bro. You just
I just got good observation
stay.
skills because
Hey,
that was
hey,
the same.
Hey,
I I
guys.
don't
stay
I
off the case.
Nah. I bet you there's people out there that agree with me that it literally was that obvious.
I mean, me and you
Same
were right. Me
person.
and you both said that we knew it was bro, but like my way of figuring out it was bro, and your way was. Dog, here's the thing: the
That's a
opening
fucking
song
mess.
ended. The opening song ended. We went back to episode 2 in the classroom. You looked at that teacher, and teacher was like, "Satoru, good morning." You was like, "This motherfucker." Like that's basically what you did.
Because it was the
So,
same person.
oh my god.
And I didn't draw the anime like that. That
Hey,
wasn't on
gang,
me.
what?
Now the animator catching strays. This is nuts, bro.
The
That
We
wasn't
just
story
we just said
orders and
we just said the animation was great. She's like,
but
man, Django
again,
was
I didn't
crazy.
hold I don't hold that against him because I didn't think that was the point of the anime for me to figure out who
No,
he
no,
was.
and that was
right.
my kind of my
So
point. It was like, who
I could
cares
care
who it
less.
was? It was about
Exactly.
Yeah.
again. I think we both said the same thing. I knew who it was. I didn't care about that. I was like, are we gonna save Kyle? That's all I
Yeah.
cared about at some point. I was like, are we saving Kyle or not? Because I don't want this to be an anime where like she don't survive and then I'm pissed off. There's only 12
Hmm.
episodes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We can let this one go. I hope that there's people out there that agrees with me that like it, you know, you
I
know.
knew from the first opening note of the theme to the anime this nigga did it. Like,
I saw
what?
I saw him in the opening theme song and I was like, you know what? He did it.
To be fair, to defend myself, like there's a difference between, oh yeah, I strongly think that this motherfucker is the killer and nah, for sure. And I was at like 92% when I saw him in the classroom.
He was doing
And
his
it was like
job. He's a
this
goddamn
much hope.
killer.
And then the more he just started doing shit, I was like, yeah, no, this nigga is like they could have made it harder for me. But either way, like I said, that was the point. We'll go on to the next point.
Mhm.
Um, which is the point I brought up, which was the ending that everybody hates. And I've seen variations of where people say it fell off. Some people say like the last 3 episodes were trash. Some people say it fell off earlier, like the eighth, ninth episode.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
and I don't know. For me, the last episode was the one that was like, but as a casual anime watcher who didn't know prior to watching it that there was a manga, like, well, I knew there was a manga, but not as lengthy as a manga.
Right.
Didn't really know much. For me, I'm a sitcom watcher. That's probably my main type of show.
Mhm.
So I'm cool with endings that are just like, all right, we got to get to the end. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
that's the world I live
Valid.
in. So for me, the
Same
ending
line.
wasn't that bad. But yeah. So what are y'all's takes on the endings? Nisha, we'll start with you this time.
The ending. I'd say more so one thing leading to the ending being a full circle moment. Obviously, the KO getting remarried thing brought this man to the coma. That part.
Hmm.
Just for me, I feel like if there was a way to bring him saving KO back to him because he reached out and risked his life for her, and then it would have been better. Like, oh, hey, I thought about you all these years. Da get together, boom, alternate ending. But, well, I mean, it's tough to like compartmentalize at least from that train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's really like as far as the ending. I mean, I feel like it did. I feel like it did a decent way of wrapping up the anime. I mean, again, you can only do so much with a concise story, and you would mention the manga so much. I'm just like, damn, what else did I have to cut out? Like, I can't imagine. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's like I guess what a lot of people's gripes with it is that because there's a
Mm.
lot of like obviously details that got taken out, like with the little girl that had she didn't have lupus, leukemia.
Yep.
Oh
Um,
wow, God damn.
yeah, so it's like we clearly see that she means something to him, but we don't really get to understand why because that backstory isn't really explained. Like she's just in the room at one point
Gotcha.
staring at him,
Yeah.
and then the paparazzi comes try to take pictures, you know what I'm saying? So like, and obviously in the manga all of that is explained, or we get more, they get more examples of that bond or whatever, but we don't get to see
Yeah.
that in the anime. So yeah, like I get that kind of stuff, but for me, for the way they wrapped it up, I didn't hate it. I didn't like the wheelchair scene when they
Oh
concocted the
yeah.
plan to have
Yeah.
him roll off the building and catch him
I
and
mean,
that like
motherfucker got put to justice. I was happy. I didn't care. But
yeah.
I
I
was like, his
mean,
sick ass got locked up. I'm just saying. Like,
it's like I wasn't feeling. I feel like that was a little definitely a little lazy, but other than that, I didn't mind that they at least they gave us an ending that somewhat made sense. You know, if they were going to wrap this up in 12 episodes, they didn't just cut it like some animes do.
yeah.
Like
Nope,
they
we know
made an
which ones.
attempt to do the cliche time jump, bring back the friends, kind of give him a chance to, remember, get his thoughts, his memories back or whatever. Um, what else did they do? Give us an update on the friends, how they've been doing and things like that, and even an update on the villain. So we got a little bit of everything. We got to resolve. I don't hate it, you know, you know, don't mind it. Yep, stick.
Um, yeah, when I watched it, I didn't have an issue with it. I did feel like, hmm, this show had good pacing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
will say the
absolutely.
last two episodes, though, if things felt like not a screeching halt, but like that kind of traffic where it's moving but not as fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's that it's not staying still, but it's like you're creeping and you have to hit the brakes, creeping, have to hit the brakes, creeping, have to hit the
Yeah.
brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what people are talking about, if that's part of what they're talking about, I could see that. Um, the jump forward was a necessary thing. I feel like to kind of get to the climax, which is basically confronting the what's my man name? The villain. What's his name?
Yashiro,
Yashida.
Yashiro.
Yashiro, yeah,
Or as Nick likes to call him, you did it. Um,
because he did.
he did
This
though.
nigga.
He did though. Um, but the had that climactic thing there, and if somebody wanted to say like their whole final confrontation, basically him saying, "Bro, you could have killed me a long time ago, but
Hmm.
you need me. Like
Yeah,
I make you live, and that's why you
Batman
couldn't."
Joker kind of relationship, very
Yeah, and
toxic,
Yeah.
very
so
toxic.
that's a great
Mwah,
point.
chef's kiss.
That's a great point because I don't get that vibe between them.
No, they
So that's
like they
so
never created that like type of
That
tension
dynamic,
between
yeah.
they tried to do it the previous episode, episode 10, in
them.
which bro's like, it's like all my plans should have worked, but you you
Yeah.
kept stopping me, and I
Hmm.
figured it was you, so I had to get rid of you. But like they just didn't build that part enough, like because
Hmm.
that's what they were basically
Mm.
trying to sell you on. It's like, bro, like this man is a menace to society,
Hmm.
old dog style, right?
Literally.
Old dog style. But he can't. The only reason he does it is because he lives and keep doing this kid because of Satoru, and I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's the because if you really wanted to get away, but you would have killed him off, and that would have been done. You just killed his mom, or well, originally you killed his mom, but like you
Yeah.
just dead. You never. It never felt like that was the thing. So that final confrontation, although smartly planned and how they set it up, the the moment didn't seem like it needed that, I guess is what I'm saying. So
Mm.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say like the list said that it ruined its legacy, but it could have been done a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
that's valid. Yeah,
Yeah. I agree with that. Like it could have been done better. And for like I said, in my case, coming in with no, understanding of no knowledge of the story at all. It was perfect. Like the ending, I liked it. It was perfectly fine. It was like I said, I didn't really care for the wheelchair situation. Like they could have just had the conversation and had the police around the corner or something, and it would have had the same moment for me. Like it would have been the same climax for me. Like
I
I,
like
got
I
you.
would,
the
I wouldn't, I
wheelchair
wouldn't
hanging
have
off
been
the
mad at that.
edge, like added nothing to me other than, I mean, he could have failed, but I knew they weren't going to let that happen because MC, you know what I'm saying? But like I was really impressed that, after the fact that they were able to still produce such a good story and still get the story across in
Yeah,
12 episodes. So, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all, but I can understand the people who are missing details and wanted more details.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we wrapped up those. It's almost 10 o'clock. Do y'all want to kind of touch on these other parts about the travel plot thing, Tokyo Revengers versus Erased? Um, or do y'all want to just go straight into the ratings?
We can do that real quick if y'all want to.
Oh.
I second it.
We could do it real quick because I don't really have too much of opinion other than uh one of y'all go first because I'm still piecing together my words.
Nisha brought the question up, so you go ahead and start off.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm saying this only because this is off of me seeing season one with y'all,
Hmm.
and then two of my own. I did not see three or four because I read ahead about what was going to happen. I'm like, oh God, what the fuck? Which made me think of the concept of how Takemichi went through time and how
Hmm.
Satoru went through time. It felt
Yeah.
like Satoru's was way more efficient.
Mm.
Like Takemichi was kind of like on a wing and a prayer type shit,
Mhm.
but
He was a wing and a prayer.
literally a wing and a literally every fucking episode. But Satoru, he had to be a little bit more strategic with his. Like he couldn't do the bullshit to find like a sixth grader's hand to get him back in time. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, no, I have to
Mm.
experience something traumatic. I have to see what I have to do.
His had to be more strategic.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm saying like that easily for me felt like a better device to be used in Erase rather than Tokyo Revengers. But like, because mind you, Takamizi was entertaining, it just felt like really convenient. But Satoru, like, wait,
Hmm.
much better than me. Much better.
Hmm. I would like, for clarification, when you say who handled, like when you wonder about who handled it better, do you like, you talking about the anime overall or the MCs?
In a sense both, but I'm leaning more toward how the anime handle both.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I don't know. This is a very inexperienced anime watcher's opinion. Uh, I think I like Tokyo Revengers better
Oh, okay.
because of the chaos.
It's a chaotic cast. That's why.
Yeah.
This man goes back
Or
time and time
chaos
again and
fucking
learns
do
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
And
Still doesn't know how to
I
throw a
kind of love that for
punch.
me.
Oh my
That
God.
I'm tortured through watching this man talking when she just go back over and over again, and he never learns how to dodge a punch. He never learns how to actually correct the situation. His friends still die. It's just,
Say, are you
and I
getting
love it.
flashbacks, my brother?
I love the
Like,
chaos. So
I'm just patiently waiting my turn.
I'm done. I love the chaos. I'm done. You can go ahead.
order, chaos, stick your rebuttal. Like,
Um, I'm not gonna try to focus this note in here, but I'm telling you right now, this is the first note that I wrote on for a race, and it says Satoru should get in contact with Takemichi to tell him how to affect the fucking future. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right?
That's it. That's it.
If we're talking about how how in general the animes handle time travel, I like Erase better because it's
Hands down, the right answer.
it's based on there's a mechanic, and the mechanic is there's a traumatic thing that happens and you're able to go back in time to fix it.
Hmm.
That's fine. Like that's the thing. It's like it's not something that you can just instantly uh with a handshake go back in time and go back there and do it, right? It's you have to see the little stupid butterfly, you know something's about to happen. You have to find out what it is and then go back. I like that. That's different. That's
Hmm.
a new way of doing time travel that I like or whatever.
Hmm.
Um then if you take the
Hmm.
other one, like which like who's more efficient and handling it, it took bro 12 episodes to handle his business. Takamichi has had three fucking seasons.
There it is. That's what I was waiting.
He's had three.
All the fucking
He's
world.
he's had three seasons, and is getting a fourth to handle his business, and he has yet to do it. Nisha, you said you haven't even watched season three. I watched season three
Oh
just
God.
maybe like 2 to 3 weeks ago. I watched it, and I was like, all right, cool. Do you know this man? I hope I'm not spoiling it for y'all.
Uh,
Okay.
Whatever, but
Do you know this man has found a way to get the dude who lets him go back to the past with the handshake? He got him killed. He did.
nigga, what?
He he dog. I'm telling you, bro. This
This some
dude
sick
is
work, gang. Like,
terrible. He is the worst MC of all time, bro. It's
it
not
always
close.
comes back to
It's not
Tokyo
close,
Adventure.
man.
You gotta love the chaos, man.
Bro, it's
Love
just
the
God
chaos.
damn it,
bro,
Nick.
it's terrible, man. He is terrible, bro.
The worst.
He's so bad.
I,
I was
I
like, I
third
can't,
this. I third
bro,
this.
I was dumbfounded. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you?
It's
Oh,
almost at this
punch
point like you gotta
gang.
watch it and just wonder like how's he gonna fuck it up. You don't wonder how he's gonna fix it. You just wonder how he's gonna fuck it up this time.
No, Takemichi, man, he's so he's he really rallies the troops. That's not a punch. It's not a
Giving
punch.
everybody a rally boost is not an offensive trait, sir. Like,
Rowley and motherfuckers to get killed.
Bro, he got his
you
ass beat
boosting
more in this
everybody
season than
else's stats but your own. What are we doing? Like,
Erase has a better
But
time
yeah,
mechanic. That's my
that's
final
the
answer.
the
you know,
serious answer
you know.
is erased. But if I had to say which one I enjoy better, like I said, I enjoy the chaos. What can I say?
I was just about to say, you little
Yeah, no,
chaotic cat.
I get it. I understand it, man.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
are
God.
whoever's like writing shit out over there at Tokyo Avengers. They are a menace. They are diabolical.
Mangaka-san, we
They
apologize.
bro, they know somebody named Takemichi, and they're like, "We, I'm gonna make them a bitch." That's what they said basically. That's essentially that's the only explanation is they know somebody named Takemichi in their real life. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make create a character. He could be the main character, but he gonna be terrible. That's the only explanation.
Yeah, because it really is after season after 3 seasons, they haven't found a way to make him more likable. Like,
People
but
like him
Oh
for
wait,
his
my
heart, and that's it.
God.
That's all they like him
Like,
yeah,
that's
but we ain't
it.
talking about Tokyo Avengers. But yeah, the serious answer for everybody, we all agree, is Erase. They handled it way better.
for.
Um, but you know, tomato, tomato. All time travel is the same. You go back in time, you try to fix it. Some people are more successful than others.
There you go. That's it. That's all you need.
You know. But yeah, we gonna get into like my second favorite part of the anime pod, where we rate the anime to let you know whether or not you should watch it or whether we think you should watch it. And by this time, you actually probably cut off the thing and went to go watch it. So we're just gonna rate it to let you know how we felt about it, you know? So that's what's happened. Um, but anywho, the rating is on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. One star means you'd rather watch grass grow. And 5 stars means you're gonna tell everybody at the donut shop to watch this anime. So, with that said, Stick, we'll go ahead and start with you. What is your rating on a scale of 1 to 5 of this anime Erased?
Like I said, I had a really good time watching this. And these animes are so difficult to rate because the first time is always the best time.
Mm.
Unlike, the other thing that the first time is not the best time. Usually the shortest time and the worst time. But
I ain't
that's
never did this before, no. I ain't never did.
It was my first time.
No. Shout out J. Cole.
anywho. But the first time is always the best time because like you're going blind and you don't know what's happening. And so everything's a surprise. Wow, that really is the exact same thing.
Hmm.
Anyway, you go in you go in not knowing what you're doing and not know what's happening, right? So it's hard to like suggest it, be like, yo, this is like a great all time, like you would watch it multiple times because you have to kind of go years without watching it, I think. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
I think I don't know what my answer would be if I watched it 2 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
that's kind of the thing. But
Gosh.
I only go by the my first viewing, and I'm gonna go 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go strong 4.5 because I think this was a great anime. Just some quick notes from me, and that's this anime has both the best and worst mom of all time.
Mm.
Shout out to shout
Hmm.
out to Satoru's mom. I want to make sure I get her name. Her name was what was her name? Sachiko.
Oh yeah, Kaio's mom.
Sachiko. Great mom.
Oh, yes, Sachiko.
When that man went into that coma, and she kept his body up to date and wouldn't let him get
Yeah,
weak. I was like,
Real
salute,
moms. Real
that's a
moms
real
stand
real
up.
mom.
real one,
Yeah.
a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the worst character should be Yashiro, but it's not. It's Kaio's mom. Hater.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hinazuki.
Somebody fucking said it. Thank you.
Immediately became the
Thank you.
worst parent of all time. Oh
Wait,
well, no,
how is she worse
Child
than the
Tucker's the worst.
killer?
Hmm?
You said she's worse than the
Worst
killer?
worst parent of all time. Hell
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. She's worse than the killer.
She's worse than Yashiro?
She's worse than the killer.
How's she gonna be worse than somebody that kill people?
They tried to give
Multiple
her
people.
sympathy for one
He
episode.
he
Nah, gang.
he
Like,
Brett, I get it. I hear what you're saying.
I don't have no sympathy for her neither.
Right.
yeah.
Bro was attacking random children, right? Attack random children.
And the only thing that stopped him was
This was her daughter. You know what I'm saying? To treat your own child like that, it might be different because I got kids. But like, you treat your own daughter like that.
uh
That was kind of why I was like, bro. And she was doing it in front of people. Like that's what kind of pissed me off the most. So, not a fan of her. But yeah, like, everything about this anime was great. Uh, Shout out to the mom. Mom was kind of a baddie too. I ain't gonna hold you. Um, and then the my only thing that I didn't like that kind of pissed me off was when I found out that the homie married Kaya.
Oh my God.
When we found out
Yeah.
Hiromi was the
hmm
one who ended up marrying Kaya,
hmm
I was like, bro, like that was my jump, bro. Like, why you stop it? Now I'm out my coma, and now I
Yeah.
found out you coming to visit me. Like, yo, bro, you good? Like, you ain't gonna tell me that you married the girl that I saved. That I saved. It was really me. So that's my only negative on the show. But other than that, 4.5.
All right. Okay. Nisha, where you at with your rating?
We Stick honestly does not make me feel bad about my score. Cool. Got erased on the first watch, fully seeing the context of everything was a really great watch. I was really invested in. Honestly, like between this and Death Parade, they like up here for me.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
like up here for me as far as like that era of a thriller in one and more suspenseful in the other. this is a really great watch, and shout out to the name change. Older Satoru's he was literally one of the best parts about the narrative part about this whole show. Like either him, like okay, I changed this thing. What's gonna happen? Then damn, she's pretty. I'm like, wait a minute, sir, hold on, wait. So yeah, that just brilliant balance of like the thriller, comedy, action, all that. All that in mind, I give Erased 4.5. I mean, sorry, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Okay.
4 out of 5.
Yep, strong.
Yes.
Mm.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, the 4 out of 5 is just out of pettiness because Yashida plotted on this man for 15 years, you sick fuck. Then wake up to your shorty married to your homie like Sticks said. I'm like, that is some wicked work. I don't know if I can bang with
Nasty
that.
work.
4 out of 5.
Nasty,
Like,
nasty work.
Mm.
absolutely nasty work. But no, I would highly recommend Erase. This is amazing watch.
Yeah. So I've been ever since I watched this anime, I've been going back and forth about what my rating could be. Cause part of me wants to rate it purely off of if I think other people should watch it.
Mhm.
And I think this is a good anime for people on all levels, whether you're a weeb or, you've never really watched anime or you like me, you watch sometimes.
Mhm.
So that would make me rate it pretty high. But then I don't know if I would watch it again, to be honest. Like,
Mm.
Yeah, I
it's a
agree.
good anime, but I don't know how, like, I'm not like itching to go watch it again. Like, there's been a few we've watched where I'm like, oh, I want to go back and watch it. But this one, I didn't. I was like, oh, this is just a good story. Like, it was a really, if anything, maybe I give it some points because I might actually start reading my first manga because I'm interested in the manga. So maybe I
There we
give it
go.
some points
All
for that.
right. Okay, we
Um,
finally got the manga drop.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see how that develops. I can't make no guarantees over here. Um, but with that said, I'm still stuck. Okay, going off the cinematography, going off of the story development, character development, even with the rushed ending, uh, should people watch it? Um, I guess I give it a 4. It's
Okay.
not a fully confident 4.
Uh,
Maybe a 3.75.
Okay.
hey, better.
Yeah.
Hey, better than what I thought.
I
I
think
dig
I
it.
think that's what I got for it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm probably won't go back to watch anime, but I will strongly consider copping the manga and reading through it. But
Can I ask you a quick question? Two questions.
yeah.
Would would it be something you would watch maybe a couple years from now? Like if you let time go by, like a year or two, and then
Hmm.
and somebody's like, "Yo, remember a race?" Would you go back and watch it then?
Mm.
'Cause
If I had to,
I think it's that type of story to me.
yeah. If we were still doing the podcast and we decided to do like a revisit series and rewatch it,
Hmm.
I would do it for that.
Got you.
But
So
I wouldn't go
casually,
back,
right?
yeah, casually and just
Got it. Okay.
rewatch this. I don't like Promise Neverland is one on my list to go back and watch. Like
I was gonna ask this later, but so it's taking season one of Promised Neverland
season one
versus this, yeah, I was about to ask. You would take season one.
specifically.
To me that's the two that's the anime I was thinking of when I watched it. I was like, I feel the
Yeah.
same way about these. Like how they
Hmm.
make me feel is like as a suspense type of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of when I
Absolutely.
watched it.
Yeah. It like and that's something for me to think about maybe later because
Hmm.
I just thought about like what makes Promise Neverland more replayable
Yeah.
in my mind than Erased. I
Hmm.
can't tell you at this moment.
Got
I'd have to probably go back and watch
Then
Promise Neverland,
find
you.
but I
out.
can tell you I'd be more willing to go watch Promise Neverland
Got it.
over Erased
Yeah.
1000%.
I got
So, and it may be an action thing. It may be that for me because y'all know I like more of the
Ye-
action related anime. So it may be that
Yeah.
there's just a little bit more going on in Promise Neverland.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, for like it doesn't have that replay value for me. Um, but it's still a really good anime, and I think
Yeah.
people should watch it. I think, and especially if somebody is like just curious about anime and they want to like experience one that's has a level of seriousness to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of those like you should watch. Short, 12 episodes. They get do a good job of getting the point across. Why not, friend? Do it. But yeah,
Do it for me.
3.75 my rating on there. So yeah, I would love to know if you made it this far in the pod. I would love to know what you rate. So leave us wherever you listen to this, primarily YouTube right now, because I'm procrastinating on loading up the audio episodes. So for right now on YouTube, you can go ahead and leave that rating, scale of 1 to 5, how you felt about the anime, along with your other commentary and things like that.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and actually pick the next anime. Yeah, we're still doing it old fashioned style. My fishbowl over here.
Don't mind me. I'm just praying to the anime gods on this one.
And I'm
Ugh.
not going to change it this time. So whatever I unfold. Also, what if it's a Kami got killed again? It was meant to be.
Please, I
That's
needed
then
to
that then
get
that's God. That's God's
now.
like you gonna watch this anime.
Send one above. Help me, like please.
Oh, this is one of the more recent ones you added on there, Stick. Ghost stories.
Oh my god! No. Hey, where you at, nephew?
Wait, why y'all both have that same reaction? Should I put it back?
No, it's too late. You said you weren't gonna do it, bro.
Should I put? I mean, if y'all don't want, if y'all not feeling it
No,
right
it's
now, if it's not on
fine.
your
We
spirit, I
here.
could,
No,
I
it's
could
no,
pick
it's
another
no,
one.
it's fine.
We here. Lord, stick.
Remember how we were talking about we're gonna put all types of anime on there. We're gonna put
Uh-huh.
new, old, good. Remember how we said we're gonna put bad anime on there?
Hmm. This is one of the ones people say are
This
bad,
is
isn't good.
infamous, bruh.
This is a
This is
very
infamous.
infamous
Wait, are we talking like DNA Angel bad or Burst Angel bad?
I
worse.
think I'm gonna tell you right now. This is probably gonna be the worst one,
Not even Pretzel School bad.
bro. Prison School was
Uh,
great. Prison School was great. I keep telling y'all that.
But it's bad. It's good because it's bad. Like it's one of
Prison
those
School was
like.
not a bad anime. I'm not doing this right now. What I'm, no, I'm talking about DNA Angel and Burst Angel had a baby.
How is that possible?
This is infamous.
hold on. Let me add some context. Hey Nick, you know how you recently discovered you're a fan of the Japanese with the English subtitles, right?
Uh-huh.
You are absolutely gonna want to see just the English version. That is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like it's
That's all I'm gonna say.
you have to watch it in English dub to understand.
Our
I have to watch it in
reaction.
English dub, bro. That
Don't tell
I
me I
don't.
might end up watching this twice, cause so I could get both experiences.
Oh my God, you are quite literally gonna see two different worlds.
Yeah, yeah, essentially.
All right. Well, oh, Nisha, do you have access to the anime suggestion list?
I do, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah. So we are watching Ghost Stories, y'all.
Like,
As y'all can see, I'm going in blind again. I'm not going to look up anything. That's how I prefer to watch the anime. Outside of what these guys tell me, um, I usually don't know anything going into these, and that's how I like to keep it. So, going in with no expectations,
cut this
other
specific
than that
part
is
and put
bad.
it, cut this specific part, put it as the intro to the Ghost Stories episode. My God.
Damn. It's not even like Space Dandy bad.
Sandy wasn't bad either. You keep doing this. They aren't bad. Like you're saying you saying anime that aren't bad that are bad. This is actually bad. Like I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like this is not good.
Dang, I'm not even gonna get a kick out of it
Oh
being
no, you'll get it.
bad.
Oh, you'll get a kick out of it.
You gonna get a kick out of it right here,
This this
But
is this
bro.
is
y'all, but
this
y'all
is so
said
bad
it's
it's
like
good.
I didn't get a kick out of Burst Angel or the other than old boy disappearing from the anime. But
No,
I didn't get a kick out of either one of those Angel animes. So
God,
Let's, let's
I
I'm
don't
actually I might
stop
start
it.
watching this tonight because the way
Oh no. Oh,
y'all shitting on this anime is like I'm really anxious to to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up so we can all be old people and go to sleep.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, with that said, yeah, this has been the Together We Anime Pod. Wherever you watch this at, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, and do the damn thing and hang with us. Eventually there will be a place where we can all commune and talk about the anime in real time as we watch them. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, you can find me on Instagram at content from Cole. You can find me on YouTube at Nicole Lerner, and the pod YouTube is Together We Anime. And that's it. That's it for me. Nisha, where can the people find you, good friend?
Well, thank you, good friend. You can find me on Instagram at Nisho Soul Music. That is NISHOSOUL Music. All streaming platforms, Nisho Soul. I got the email, I got the IG, I got the excuse me, got the website. Reach out to me. Y'all want to work, want to make some great things happen, or just run strings up. Hard out here for young. No, no, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But we greatly appreciate all the love and support for what we do here and in our individual things. Always love to be here.
Big wrapping it up with you, friend.
Yes. On Twitter and Instagram, you can catch me at Stick Around 54. That's STIK around 54. BraxtonBooks.com if you want to go check out some of the books I've written. Podcast wise, I have Clueless Vino, I have Two Tall Boys, and I have Star Chaser Central.
Yikes.
All three
Mm,
Out
can be
here.
found everywhere
big
you
pause.
listen to podcasts at, man. So go check those out.
Pods there, pods here, everywhere, all the pods.
Oh yeah.
Um, all right, yeah. So, that's where you can follow us. Make sure you follow the pod and like, comment, all that good stuff. And with that said, we are out of here. We are watching Ghost Stories next time. Uh, and we out. Oh, bonsai.
The most reluctant ones.